Hi, my name is Sarah, and I'm an event planner at the Orange County Library System, as well as a published author. Book publishing uses a lot of terms that can be confusing to new authors. To add to the confusion, some of the terms actually mean multiple things depending on the context. So I wanted to create a video for you to share some of the common terms that we use in publishing that may be confusing to new authors. This is part one in a two-part series on book publishing definitions. A book's category defines whether it is true or not, and also the target audience. So categories include picture books, middle grade, young adult, adult, fiction, and nonfiction. Category is used in a different sense when talking about romance. A category romance is a romance book that is kind of on the shorter side and fits really well into a publisher's line with very specific expectations. Harlequin is one of the most obvious examples of category romance, with their lines marked very clearly on the cover. Genre and category are often very confused. Genre should give you an idea as to the type of content in a book. So in fiction, some common genres are romance, historical, science fiction, fantasy, horror, mystery. In nonfiction, some genres could include memoir, biography, cookbooks, and more. A literary trope is a common convention, like a motif or a plot element or a situation or a theme, and sometimes they're related to the specific genre. Tropes often get a bad reputation, but almost every book has several of them, and sometimes readers really love them. Some tropes you may recognize include enemies to lovers romance, the chosen one in fantasy, usually, found family, rags to riches, and the powerful artifact. A plot device is a technique or a tool that is used to move the story forward. Plot devices are usually discussed in negative connotations, but they can be good or they can be bad, or they can be practically invisible. Plot devices could include things like flashbacks, cliffhangers, a false death, a MacGuffin, and many, many more. Since I just mentioned it, MacGuffin comes from film, and it is a specific goal, object, or something else that motivates the character in the story. Some common examples of MacGuffins include things like the ring in Lord of the Rings, Private Ryan in Saving Private Ryan, or the Death Star plans in Star Wars. You'll hear a lot of agents and editors talk about the voice of a book. Voice is one of the hardest things to define, but I tend to think of it as the way the narration feels to the reader. It's the style and quality that makes writing unique. It's accomplished through things like word choice, syntax, vocabulary, sentence structure, tone, and more. You may sometimes see the acronym WIP online. This stands for Work in Progress and simply refers to a manuscript that a writer is writing or editing at that time. A hook is an easily digestible aspect of a book that sets it apart from others and entices the readers. Back cover copy is a quarter to half page length description of a book that is included on the back cover of a paperback, the inside flap of a hardcover, and also online at retail sites. It is meant to entice the reader and usually only summarizes about the first third of the book and teases the rest. It focuses on highlights and the selling points of the story. It's usually written in third-person present tense, no matter what the book is written in. It is also sometimes called flap copy or jacket copy. A blurb is a word that has two very distinct meanings. It's sometimes used to describe the description portion of a query, which is very similar to back cover copy. Sometimes it is used as a synonym to back cover copy. If you are unfamiliar with query letters, I already made a video on that specific topic, so go ahead and watch that if you're confused. The second meaning of blurb is an endorsement from another author or a prominent reviewer that is often placed on the front cover of a book. For example, my friend Kelly Garrett's upcoming book, Like a Sister, has a blurb that says, quote, equal parts charm and heartbreak with razor-sharp insights on class, race, and family from best-selling author Laura Lippman. The word synopsis refers to a couple different things in the publishing industry. Usually when an agent is requesting it along with a query letter, it usually refers to a 1 to 5 page document that explains the plot and character arc of the book from beginning to end. These synopses should be as succinct as possible and written in third person present tense, no matter what the book is written in. The word synopsis is also used to refer to the first meaning of blurb, that enticing short description of a book that is similar to back cover copy. Yes, this is very confusing and continues to cause a lot of confusion. The word exclusive refers to submissions both to literary agents and to editors at publishing houses. A submission is exclusive when that agent or editor is the only one reading a manuscript for a certain amount of time. Most submissions are not exclusive, and we call this simultaneous submissions. If an agent or a publisher requests an exclusive submission, that means that the book cannot be pitched to any other agent or editor for a specific amount of time. Exclusive submissions are generally frowned upon in the book publishing industry, but can sometimes be an advantage to the author if there is a very strict limit of time or if they have an existing relationship with the publisher. Upmarket is a term that confuses a lot of people. It is essentially a crossover between commercial fiction and literary fiction. It will often have a hook and plot that is similar to commercial fiction, but a style that is more similar to literary fiction. Two popular examples include Water for Elephants and The Lovely Bones. Another term that confuses people is high concept. A book is a high concept when it can be pitched very quickly and the reader will understand exactly what to expect from that book. It's indicative of mass appeal and will usually use familiar concepts as selling points. One example is the classic movie It's a Wonderful Life, which can be summarized as a suicidal man learns what life in his town would be like if he had never existed. I hope that I've helped clear up some publishing terms for you. Look out for part 2 of publishing definitions next week.
Thank you for watching. To learn more about writing workshops and see more videos, visit ocls.info/writers corner. Orange County Library System is your place to learn, grow, connect.